Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Donnelly, and I'm with Barrier Free Contractors. This is the Accessible Barrier Free Homes channel, and we combine that with the Accessing My Home podcast. It's kind of nice because you get a two-for-one play here. We're speaking and collaborating with some of the best experts in the mobility world, advocating and promoting fantastic accessibility solutions for those with mobility challenges. Today, we're speaking with Kevin Berry. Kevin's an ADA expert and owner of ADA Consulting in Southwest Florida, LLC. And you're definitely going to want to be able to get a hold of Kevin for some of this great stuff he's giving you. Kevin, thanks for doing this with us today.
You're welcome.
Good. All right, good. So let's do this. Kev, how about you give us your expertise on what you know so much about regarding toilet height and the accessibility features of toilets located, whether it's within your home or especially in commercial locations.
Okay, first of all, in the ADA world, there's different places to go. We call ADA requirements in the cities and counties, Title II, Title III in businesses. But sometimes in housing, it goes over to the fair housing requirements, which are somewhat the same, with the exception if somebody's private home or if somebody is renting a home, and what their requirements are if they're a rental agent or a person that owns a home and they're renting it to somebody with a disability. As far as if it's your own personal home, these are recommendations that you might find interesting to make your life easier if you have a disability.
Nice. Well, so you talked a lot about toilet height. Tell me the reasons behind all of that.
Well, a standard toilet, it's sort of like steps going up and down stairs. There's a standard now that contractors use, but if you go into a house that was built into the 1800s, they're steep, the treads are different, and your legs just do not work on them. And it's the same thing for a toilet. Everybody's used to sitting down on a toilet. And I hate to get too graphic on this, but when you sit down on a toilet, you expect the toilet to be a certain height. But in disability world, if you're coming off a wheelchair or you're coming off a sitting position, transferring to a toilet, you'll notice a difference. So the standard height for a disability accessible toilet is 17 to 19 inches above the finished floor. And that would be up to the seat part that you're actually sitting on. This allows you to transfer from your wheelchair to your toilet. And in some cases, some of the larger ones, you can go as high, they have toilets as high as 25 inches, depending on what you have to transfer from. So it's up to the individual, what they're transferring from to. So that's where it comes in. And that's an ADA standard, 17 to 19 inches. And that's to the height of the, well, they call it the bowl rim height, and then the seat cushion on top of it. They also make toilets that you can convert your standard toilet to a raised toilet by putting on a raised seat cushion that brings it up. Problem with that, it's harder to keep clean, it's not as comfortable, and it can also cause people to fall off. So my suggestion is, if you're especially in a wheelchair or even transferring from cane Canadian crutch to a toilet, that you go with a 17 to 19 inch toilet. The other thing with toilets too is they're also made for no additional charge for the flush handle being on the other side.
That's just what I was going to ask you just now,
Yeah.
was that aspect. Okay, great. Go ahead.
Well, so the traditional side is when you're facing the toilet, the traditional side is on the left-hand side. It gets a little confusing left and right, but say facing the toilet, left-hand side. Do they make toilets where the flush handle is on the right side? Absolutely, but you have to request it. Not all the places have them in stock. May require ordering one through your plumber or through Home Depot or Lowe's, or whatever the situation is. But they do make them, and they're usually no charge extra. And this, I hate to get graphic on this again, but if you have to lean across what you just did to flush the toilet, it's not always the most sanitary thing to do. That's why they put the flush handle on the open side of the room. So the ADA ruling comes in and says that accessible toilets will be 17 to 19 inches, and the flush handle will be on the accessible side of the room, and that means on the largest side, which allows the individual then to flush the toilet without having to, kind of fall into it. So that's
All
the
right,
biggest thing.
let me ask you another question. When it
Sure.
comes to the turnaround space, the needed space, the ideal needed space for accessing a toilet, what's your best recommendation on that?
Well, in the ADA, the requirement is for a toilet room to be 59 by 60 inches clear floor space. So if you have a sink, that would mean that the sink is not a full cabinet sink. You could put in a wall hung sink that's open, or a pedestal sink. This gives you more floor space. Pedestal sinks are a lot easier in a home environment, and that gives you more floor space. That allows you to come in with a wheelchair and be able to make a circular turn, transfer from the wheelchair to the toilet, take care of business, and back out again. So you want to clear the floor of as much as you can to give you more turn space. It's hard to make 59 by 60. That's a ADA requirement for businesses, but a good contractor should be able to give you more floor space, and like I said, may have to end up changing the sink from a cabinet sink to a pedestal sink, and that'll give you more floor room.
Great. All right. Well, all this lovely subject on a toilet, it's been very enlightening, and it's needed. Obviously, it's critical for everybody to be able to utilize it properly. So, Kev, we love your expertise. We appreciate that. And to all of you who thought this was of great value to you, and every one of us needs this information. So please subscribe to our channel and ring a bell to receive our new videos as they get posted. Kevin, thanks a bunch for doing this for us, bud.
Can I just add one thing on
course.
the toilet room?
Absolutely.
The other thing too in the toilet room, and people don't often think of it, is the toilet paper dispenser. One of the things that they make so you don't have to change things on the wall is a freestanding toilet paper dispenser. You can move it around to wherever you want, wherever it's convenient, whatever is easiest for it. I recommend that for people. It's cheap, no additional expenses doing that, and allows you. If you do mount it on the wall, it has to be 7 to 9 inches in front of the water closet.
Okay.
We call the toilet the water closet.
Yeah.
And it has to be 15 inches from the floor up. The other thing is, again, the water closet or the toilet should be no more than 16 to 18 inches from the wall. That prevents you from falling in between the wall and the toilet and getting stuck there. So 16 to 18 inches from the wall to the center line of the toilet, and then you have the open space on the other side. And you can do that by putting in a false partition. If you've got more room, you can't. In Florida, it's you're mounting the toilet on a fixed space. So my recommendation is to put in a false wall and bring the wall out to give you 16 to 18 inches to the center line, and that saves you having to do all the plumbing costs of changing where the hole is in the floor and all the other stuff. But that prevents somebody from falling in between the thing. And then also the grab bars. There should be grab bars on the front and back of the toilet, and we can get into that if you want at a later date.
And we will. All right, great info, Kev. I know a couple of people that have fallen in that situation, and it's not a pleasant extraction. Okay, so, okay, everybody, thanks a lot. Kevin will be talking to us about a bunch more stuff as we go.